You are watching EnergyChanneling.com, and I'm really glad that you are. My name is Ralph, and in this video I will share with you my favorite meditations. If you haven't yet, you may want to first check out my first video where I describe and debunk 3 biggest misconceptions about meditation. And then you will have a lot of very useful background to these meditations I will now present to you. And a disclaimer, treat them as inspiration. Treat them as ideas for you to explore, for you to check out. Those are not strict processes that you need to do exactly right. I show you those so that I might inspire you to come up with your own ideas or to modify and implement those meditations in your own way. First, I'm going to show you my breathing meditation, my favorite breathing meditation. Now, there are plenty of breathing meditations on the internet for you to find. And I don't even know how to call this one. It may actually have a name that I'm not aware of at this moment. Because I've been studying a lot of different routes of meditating and I no longer remember the specifics of them. I kind of just bundled them together into a thing that I enjoy. The way I breathe when I want to meditate through breathing is, of course, I relax my body and sit comfortably, but I can also do it walking around or doing anything really. As long as you're breathing. I breathe extremely softly, without any spaces in between my breaths. I breathe so softly that if there was a candle in front of me, I would do my best not to blow it out, not to move the flame, to move the flame as little as possible with my very gentle breathing. And I make sure there are no gaps, no spaces in between my breaths. This kind of breathing creates a very pleasant sensation within my chest after a few moments, and I really enjoy that. It makes me feel like a little kid or something like that. It's very nice. You should try it out yourself. I can already feel it. It's so nice. The breathing, you don't need to force it to be extra long, but it's moderately long. It's naturally long. And I don't have any rules regarding whether to. I generally breathe in with my nose, but the way I exhale, I really just do it any way I feel like. No specific rules on that as far as I go. You may find your own rules and then follow them, but this breathing meditation is just my favorite. My favorite Tai Chi-ish kind of meditation is something I originally took from Donna Eden's Energy Medicine, and I slightly adjusted it because I felt like it, because that's just what I do with meditating. Take your hands, put one hand with the palm up towards the sky, the other hand with your palm down towards the earth, and just stretch them out, stretch them out. You can't see it on a camera because I don't have a professional movie making set or anything like that, but I point my palm up towards the ceiling and the other one down towards the floor in a pretty comfortable stretch. It's really nice for the back as well as for the energy, and I just feel kind of energy like an electricity coursing from my head to the other. It's a really nice feeling, and after a while I just switch. And as I switch, I do it slowly. And this is something that isn't in the energy medicine course. The way I slowly, pointing my palms towards the body, I switch, and it rebalances the energy within my body. I feel tingling all around my torso right now. And then I point the other one towards the ceiling and the other one towards the floor. And again, I feel a gentle current of energy passing in between. You may not get that feeling at the start, but if you just do it in a relaxed way and let go of your expectations, you'll start feeling it soon enough. And then pointing the palms towards my body, feeling the energy rebalancing itself within the body as I move around there. Sometimes my legs get a little wiggly from the energy. It's just my personal thing. I've never noticed anyone having that as well. Some guru once told me I have blockages within my legs. Because they just get all wiggly when energy is flowing through. Don't care much for blockages, I just enjoy the process. And as far as breathing goes, you can synchronize with your breath for increased effect, but I find that I'm doing it too slowly, and I can't fit in only one breath in a single movement. So I'd rather just breathe in a normal way, the way I feel like it, and do it as slowly as I like. It's generally the a good idea when you're moving energy around to move it as slowly as possible. And it's another guideline that I took from Tai Chi, that when you're moving energy around like that, focus on having your hands as relaxed as possible and have the movements originate from your elbow so that the hands is completely relaxed. That'll allow you to feel the energy better. And if you're not sure which feeling I'm talking about, take your hands, close your eyes, relax your hands, put them as close together as possible without touching them. And you will feel, with one hand, you will feel the energy field of the other hand, and with the other hand, you'll feel the energy field of the first hand. And that kind of feeling, you will feel as you're moving the. Focus on that feeling when you're moving the energy across your body, and you'll get a slightly different feeling probably when the energy is going from one hand to the other like that. It's one of my all-time favorites. I do it daily. I really do enjoy that one. Oh, and if you're looking for names, when people present those kind of exercises on the internet, they always give them names. Donna Eden, in her energy medicine course, calls it connecting heaven and earth. You may want to call it connecting heaven and earth. It's a nice name. Now, some people really enjoy meditating through visualization, closing their eyes, relaxing, and imagining something. And I do that. I will first do it the way I do it, and then because it's something that I have trained myself to do, you may not be able to replicate it. But in case you will, I'll do it the first time the way I do it, and then I'm going to give you a process that is beginner friendly and will get you to what I'm doing through time and practice. So what I enjoy doing is just sit down, and then I throw out an intention. I just intend myself to reconnect with my true being, with my spirit, with the way I am on an energetic level, with my oversoul, with who I am beyond the physical existence. And I start feeling a vibration of energy, my signature vibration, the way I am on an energetic level, and then I invite that vibration fully into my body. It's a really pleasant feeling, I can tell you that much. It's a real pleasant feeling to be myself fully like that. And then I just relax my thoughts. I relax my thoughts, and after a while of relaxing my thoughts, there's no thoughts left in me, and the energy brings only a sense of direction, a sense of passion towards something. It's a very simple thing, simple concept. Sometimes I then get messages and insights that need to reach me. And in this moment of opening myself up to the universe, to my true nature, sometimes I then receive certain messages and insights that were waiting for me to open up so that I can reach them, and guidelines that help me out in the everyday life. Sometimes I do that meditation, reconnect to my true self, when I'm not sure what to do. I'm kind of just fumbling around my house without any sense of purpose, and I reconnect with my passion then. Some people need motivation to work. Now I just reconnect with my passion in that way, and then work is just effortless. It's just effortless. And then I just slowly, everything's really bright after for a while, and then I just come back, and I'm feeling really good about myself. Now, the way I reached that state at first, is I did a visualization. At first, I was doing a visualization exercise when I was first learning a process that led me to just being able to do it. I first was starting with a visualization exercise. I imagined myself in a very peaceful place where I feel extremely safe and calm. And for me, that's an autumn forest. For you, it may be any kind of place in which you feel very safe and secure, and it's a place where you can be fully yourself. And the place itself will accept you for who you are and love you and support you for who you are. For me, it's an autumn forest. I focus on the smell and the sight of colorful leaves falling down, the gentleness of those leaves, and the way the place feels like nature. No electromagnetic field from my computer, just nature. It's a very distinct feeling, and I like to focus on the feelings. Some people are more visual oriented, so you feel free to imagine your place in vivid details, add some sounds to it, focus on the feeling you get there, smell the smells you will have there. Maybe there are some people accompanying you there, people who fully support and love you. Find that place within your mind, spend some time there, take your time and spend your time there. And then when you get fully comfortable in that place, then the second step I did was I imagined myself in the vastness of space, stars all around me, the vastness of the universe all around me. And I imagined myself as an energetic body, as a body of pure light, pure energy. And then I extended my energy forward towards the universe, and then I came back and extended it backwards, and then I extended my energy forward, and then backwards, and then forwards again, farther and farther, forwards and backwards. The feeling of expansion, of connecting with everything, forwards and backwards, and I extend further and further and further and further, until at one point I snap from finite extension into an infinity, connect with infinity of all that is. And at that moment I feel connection with all that is. I was doing that energetic exercise until I snapped into a connection with infinity itself. And that connected me with all that is, with the universe. And me being part of the universe, I then could have just intended myself easily enough to connect with my true self. And I remembered what that connection is like, to the point where I can just come back to it every time I like. And that is the imagination I used to do a lot within the meditation I used to do within my imagination, that led me to this beautiful knowing of myself as energy and the connection with the entire universe. It's again something I do on a daily basis that really does connect me to who I really am, and it's the stabilizing factor of my day. And it's also what I do when I start channeling. When I ever have a question, or someone has a question that wants answered through me, that's the process I do as the base for my channeling. And then instead of connecting to my true self, I connect to the answer, or to the energy that the person wants to get in touch with, or that I want to get in touch with. Sometimes I find some healing energies that seem appropriate for the moment, and then just send them into my body as my body needs them. But this kind of general imaginative meditation is something I really enjoy, and it may inspire you to do your own version of it, or to do the version I described step by step until you can enjoy the connection to infinity the same way I do. Hope you enjoy. Now, before we get to the next meditation, I forgot to mention the process that I told you to do in your imagination in the last part. That was something I learned from a channeling course by Daryl Anka, who channels Bashar. That's where I got the idea from, and gotta give credit when it's due, because Bashar, beautiful, beautiful recordings. And the next meditation, that's something you're gonna like. I mean, look at this peanut butter and jam sandwich. It's just, if you can meditate and eat that, why would you not want to? Now get something to eat yourself so you can do this meditation with me. Pause the video if you need to. Go grab something good to eat. I'll be right here, resisting the peanut butter sandwich that smells really damn good, while you're grabbing yourself something to eat. You good? Hope you're good. Alright. So, you don't just eat it. First, take a deep breath. You can smell it as well. And then if you're really intuitive and you've worked with energy before, you can put your hand over it and sense it on an energetic level. I like to connect with the food's energy sometimes before I eat it. Feels right. It feels like it's gonna assimilate easier in some way. I don't know, but I really do enjoy that. This video is about meditations I enjoy doing. Why would I not include this one? The bread is really nice. It's been done in a wooden furnace, a furnace that burns wood. Don't get much of that these days. And then you slowly, with your eyes closed, focus fully on the present moment as you take a bite. Fully on the present moment, fully on your physical senses. It's so good. I I just can't resist. It's so good. Oh my god, I love that. Ah, eat your meals like that. I rarely get to do that these days because the kind of work I do these days, I'm eating my food during breaks and it's kind of timed, but when I get the chance to do this meditation, it's so good, so good. I hope I've shown you something that you really enjoyed and you can implement into your life quite easily during some meals. It's also something I teach people when they are overeating, because when you're focusing fully on the present moment and on your senses, you will sense when it's enough, you've eaten enough. Some people just don't get that sense and they eat too much. Now, it'll help you not to overeat, but it's also a brilliant meditation. Food is a very sensual thing, eating food. And when you then focus on your senses, it brings your mind into the present moment in a very powerful way. So it's not just me enjoying myself, it actually makes sense. Which, the fact that it makes sense gives you an excuse to do it and really enjoy yourself a lot. And that brings us to another meditation. Now, what happens when something goes wrong? You probably do your own version of, God damn it! Again, man! Come on! You probably do your own version of that. Now, next time something goes sideways for you, just instead take a moment. That's what I do. I take a moment, just look at it, and relax your judgments inside your head. Look at it as if it was a perfectly neutral fact, as it in fact is. There are traces of peanut butter and cherry jam on my shirt, and I'm on camera. State the facts. State the facts to yourself. Notice them as neutral as possible, which is, perfectly neutral. That is the meditation. Noticing something you've been labeling as negative for the past years of your life. Noticing it for the first time, perhaps, for a long time, as something neutral. Bring negative things back to neutrality. Just be aware of them. Just be aware that that is there. Awareness doesn't require judgment. Awareness doesn't require trying to do anything about it and fixing it. Just take it into your awareness. Just notice it. Be with it. Take a moment to do that. It's a beautiful meditation. It's a beautiful meditation. Just take a moment to do that. And then accept it. Just let it be there for a while. Just accept that it happened. It's a part of you now. because it happened in your life. It's a part of you now. So own it like every other part. Embrace it. And then, of course, you equally embrace the fact that you gotta do something about it. Now, you know this is going to be the last meditation I present on this video. I gotta go, do the acceptance of the fact that my shirt is ruined part, but you first accept the event, and then you accept the fact that you gotta do something about it. It's a very different energy, a very different kind of awareness than just, God damn it, get it off me, get it off me! It's very different, as you might have noticed. And if you react that way to the troubles in your life, you're going to find yourself dealing with them much, much easier. If you first accept that it happened, and then accept the best solution that comes to mind, rather than fighting against what happened, and any action will then originate out of resistance. If you ever get any good at martial arts, you will learn that you gotta make the moves when you're relaxed, because the tension in your muscles will be the resistance to movement. And the same thing happens psychologically when people solve the problems without first accepting them and taking them as neutral. They move from a place of resistance, and every movement is slower and more clumsy. So from now on, when something goes sideways, you take a moment to bring it back to neutrality. It's a beautiful meditation. I hope you enjoyed my meditation jam on this video and it inspired you to get some meditations of your own. Thanks for watching Energy Channeling. I'll see you in the next one.